So yesterday I uploaded a video and I briefly touched upon the Vancouver Giants and Spokane playoff matchup that is going to be starting on Friday. And that got me thinking maybe I should do playoff previews for all of the Western Conference teams, because though the team that I follow is in the Western Conference, so I thought it would be fitting. In this video, I want to start off by doing the number 1 and number 8 seeds. So that is the Everett Silvertips and the Seattle Thunderbirds. Everett being number 1 and Seattle being number 8. So yeah, I'm gonna go into each team, look at their stars, looking at how their goaltending is, and then I'm gonna do a breakdown of their season series and see how they matched up against each other. Then I'm gonna reveal my final prediction for how I think the series is gonna go. Alright, so let's start with the number 1 seed, Everett Silvertips, who had quite a dominant season. They had 48 wins in a 68 game season, which only equates to like 20 losses over the course of regulation, overtime, and shootouts. So they have been pretty good. They have 277 goals for and only 178 goals against. That is around a 100 goal difference. So they are heavily outscoring their opponents. They have only a combined total of like 725 penalty minutes. That may not, depends on your view on that. It will definitely play a factor into this series when I tell you what Seattle's penalty minutes are. So yeah, Everett has a lot of scorers. Their top scorer though, Carter Bear, who is in his first draft eligible season and is projected to go first round-ish, is out for the season with an lacerated spleen. And if that injury sounds familiar to you, that's because Mark Stone in the NHL last year was out with that same injury as well. So yeah, that's kind of a hit for Everett. However, they do have other players who will most likely step up. They have the exceptional player in Landon DuPont, who as a defenseman has 60 points. So yeah, pretty good. Like, there's nothing else really that you can say. He's had a dominant rookie season and definitely is gonna win Rookie of the Year. I don't think that there's another rookie that even comes close. So if we look at their goaltending, they've kind of split it in between Legal and Sauchin. I think I'm saying that name right. Correct me in the comments if that isn't correct. So they've both put up respectable numbers. The coaching staff seems to have confidence in both. So I don't know who's gonna get the start. I think it's gonna be Sauchin because he has like a few more games played. Anyway, yeah, so that's kind of the breakdown of Everett's, pretty dominant. Now on to Seattle, who had a bit of a different season compared to Everett's. They had a slow start to the season, and it got to the point where I was thinking at least that Wenatchee would get into the playoffs over Seattle. So obviously did not happen. Seattle was able to find a way to get a few wins in. They ended the season with 30 wins, which, if you compare that to Everett's, is like 18 less. So that's a lot of wins that could show themselves in the playoffs, but I digress. Seattle only really has like 3 players that I would say are good. They definitely have one that is good, which is Braden Coots, who, kind of like Carter Bear, he's in his first draft eligible season this year and has been crushing it, and he ended the season with 63 points in 60 games, which for a Seattle team that doesn't have a lot of firepower is pretty good. He's also their captain at 17, which is pretty impressive. The other 2 players that they got in Pilling and Dunn, they both kind of run the same. Dunn having 55 and Pilling having 60. So definitely not as many like scorers as Everett does. But one of the things that Seattle has been kind of struggling with is staying out of the box, because as I alluded to in Everett's breakdown, Seattle has 1,005 penalty minutes, which is around like 300-ish more than Everett's, so definitely going to be an issue. And the Seattle Thunderbirds also, they had 212 goals for and 257 goals against. So getting outscored, I think that's how you say it, in not a really good recipe for winning. But yeah, so Seattle is gonna be an interesting one, just to see if somehow miraculously they can come together to maybe push Everett a little bit and get Everett questioning if they can or cannot beat them. So yeah, that's kind of where Seattle is at for the season. They come into the playoffs on a 4-game winning streak though. So maybe that runs into the playoffs and they're able to do something with it. But they do have a good goalie in Ratzlaff, who at the beginning of the season people were doubting, or not doubting, but saying that he was going to be Canada's goaltender for the World Juniors. Did not happen. He did not have a good exhibition game and was sent home in the cuts that they made. So yeah, he's been rocking with 49 games played this season, so definitely their starter. And he has a 910 save percentage, which is better than the save percentages of Everett's goal or top goalie. So yeah, and he's got 23 wins out of that, so kind of 50-50. Yeah, so that's Seattle for you. And now I'm gonna go into the season series and make my final prediction. This is because I believe that Everett has too much firepower and Seattle may get lucky with the game, that's why I say that I'm leaning more towards Everett winning in 5. Also, I don't like seeing sweeps, so and sweeps are just boring, in my opinion. Like, even if it was my own team, still find it like, yeah, that was not as fun as if it went to like 6 or 7. Anyway, yeah, I think Everett takes this one. But the last time that Everett did go into the postseason as the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, they got beat in 6 by the Vancouver Giants. And that was in 2022, I believe. So, definitely a little bit of a history of losing to number 8 seed teams, but gotta also remind ourselves this is a different team. There may be like 1 or 2 of like the overagers maybe that were on that 2022 team. I don't think so. But yeah, definitely gonna be an interesting series. I should also mention that all these games across the Western Hockey League playoffs are gonna be streamed for free on Victory Plus. This isn't an ad or anything like that, but I just think it's kind of cool that we're gonna be able to see these games for free. So yeah, in their marketing, everyone's like, yeah, you heard that right, free. So I checked it out, it is free. So yeah, if you want to watch these games, go over to Victory Plus, download the app. Anyway, yeah, so that's gonna be it for this one. Tomorrow I'm gonna be doing the number 2 seed and the number 7 seed. Yeah, that's how it all maths out. Okay, thanks for watching. If you like this video, like it. If you like it even more, please subscribe, because I would like to continue to do this, and by you subscribing shows me that you want me to continue doing it too. So like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, thanks for watching.